Hello everyone, this is Tom from Dirk Witte Music Store in Utrecht, the Netherlands. And today we are taking a look at a very unusual electric guitar from the 1950s. This is a 1959 Hägstrom Goya Model 80 electric guitar in its original golden sparkle top finish, matched with a very yellowed and faded white colored finish on the back and on the neck, with an acrylic fingerboard with a very interesting electronic layout slash panel, whatever you want to call it. This is a very unusual electric guitar, to say the least, but has tons of character, and yeah, it is just all the more unique. And it also sounds pretty cool. So yeah, let's then dive into the specs of this very interesting guitar. So made by Hägstrom in Sweden. Hägstrom was kind of like one of the bigger, like more prominent Swedish guitar builders from like the previous century. Think also like 11 and stuff, but they were kind of like the first ones to like build guitars in that region of the world, or in that region of Europe. And then this is kind of like their take on a single cut-esque electric guitar, with some very interesting specs and features. This is probably either a birch or an oak body, but it is incredibly lightweight. So at first I actually thought that this wasn't even made out of wood. And I'm actually still not 100% sure if it is even made out of wood, because you have like this crack running down the body, which does not cause any problems, anything like that, but it is good to know. But that then kind of like gave me the impression that this was maybe like made out of some sort of a plastic material or like bakelite. But based on what I have read online, it is indeed made out of wood, but it is incredibly lightweight because it is like basically totally chambered, because you also then have this kind of like a almost like a toaster pickup layout slash panel with all the with all of your type of controls and switches, which then works as followed. This is the volume control, this pot, which is then obviously works in a different way, as in that you control it like this instead of it being like a knob that you turn. And then this is your tone control, and these are your pickup selectors. I am guessing that they are just basically on-off switches for the pickups, as in that this is then for your bridge pickup, this is for your neck pickup, this is for both on at the same time, and then this is, I think, off, because if you have this one down, it does not make any sound. But they are labeled as H, L, LH, and O. So maybe on, or like bridge in Swedish, is a word that starts with an H, and neck is a word that starts with an L. I'm really not sure, but I'm pretty sure that that is how it works. So this is just on for your bridge pickup, on for your neck pickup, both, and off. Definitely gives a unique tone, definitely kind of like a thing of its own. Also then paired with this kind of like a, yeah, I don't even know how to call it, kind of like a semi-resonator type of a part that also makes it a little bit, actually quite loud acoustically, which is, yeah, again, just very unique, interesting. You then kind of like got this semi-tunematic-esque type of a bridge that is original, as well as the tailpiece that's also original. But that top finish is incredibly cool. Really big gold type of sparkles. Looks all the more cool, and it is actually a bolt-on construction. You can see that you have two screws over here, and then these, and then this plate also then reads made in Sweden, then the serial number, and then underneath Goya Guitar Company, New York City. If you hold it up to the camera, you can then see that for yourself. But you can see that that crack does come from that screw, but it is totally intact, so no worries there. I'm guessing that it has also been repaired at some point, but yeah, it just plays fine as is, but it is kind of like a battle scar, but it does give it quite a bit of mojo. Then moving on to the neck, probably made out of maple, but the fingerboard is totally made out of some sort of a plastic or acrylic material. If you then look at it sideways, it is also just totally translucent. You can look through it all the way, and then you got these just kind of like plain black dot inlays. As for the profile, it's kind of like a medium D shape. Definitely kind of like a D in the sense that you do get some shoulder, and it is a little bit flatter on the back, but it feels actually very nice and it plays quite well. And then again, with that interesting fingerboard, looks super cool, but that also plays quite well. And I'm guessing that these frets are also original, because they are actually quite, yeah, quite worn down, but it is still definitely playable. So I wouldn't worry all that much about that. And then moving on to the nut, which appears to be made out of bone. Not 100% sure if it is original. I'm guessing actually not, because you do got some like tooling marks over there on the edges. And it also appears that this nut has been made up out of 2 pieces of bone, because you can see like a line going through it. Also there on the side you can see that I have 2 pieces basically that are then glued together in order to form one big nut, if you will. And then this headstock is also very cool with that G, obviously for Goya. And what I am 100% sure that is not original is that the tuners are not original. But they work quite well. They're kind of like Calusan style, kind of like Fender-esque-ish. But again, they work very well. And yeah, also that headstock plate's also made out of the same material as the fingerboard. Again, looks super cool. Also comes with a hard shell case, not the original, but it comes with a hard shell case, so that's always very nice to see. And it's also just in a very nice playing and working condition. So very unique model. I've never seen this before. Looks super, super rad. But yeah, very unique. It's kind of like you don't really know what you're holding until you kind of like read things online and like do some Googling and stuff. Because at first I was very confused at this model, but now that I know how it works, it is actually just a very cool and very unique electric guitar from the 1950s. So yeah, and it also just sounds very cool. So let's then get to that part. But first, if you're interested in this 1959 Hägstrom made Goya Model 80, this very cool gold sparkle finish, be sure to head over to the links in the description for further details. If you enjoyed this demo, be sure to like the video and to subscribe to the channel for more cool weekly demos of cool electric guitars like these, or cool acoustics, bass guitars even, all of that really cool stuff. Also be sure to like us and follow us on our socials, Instagram and Facebook. Links are also in the description. With all that being said, let's see what this 1959 Goya Hägstrom made Model 80 electric guitar sounds like. Going to be playing it through the 1966 Marshall JTM45 Blues Breaker style amplifier. So yeah, let's move on to that part and hear what it sounds like.
you.